Hi. It is a Tuesday morning, and I just wanted to pop on and see what I have to say today. I'm going to breathe as usual. Life is hard. Life is a hard thing for all of us. It's not easy for anyone. And as humans, we spend a lot of time making it harder for each other. We spend a lot of time hurting each other. And we don't need to. There's no reason to hurt each other. We're here to coexist. And when you coexist, it doesn't mean that you accept everything. It just means that you accept that there are differences in the world. Because nobody's right, nobody's wrong. This life is what you make it. And if you live it how you choose, you're doing it right. As long as you are keeping your eye on the light. Excuse me. I know a lot of people are disheartened right now. I know a lot of people are thinking that the world is bleak, that the world is out to get you, and that everything is negative. But when that happens, you need to look deeper in yourself. Not in others, but in yourself. Because usually, when people are shitting on you, or people are getting you down, or the world is getting you down, it means that you're not facing something in yourself. This is the trial, the lesson. The world mirrors back to you what you mirror to it. And whatever you harbor inside is going to be mirrored back to you by others. And if you harbor anxieties, if you harbor fears, if you harbor pain, and you let it guide you, strangers will show that to you. They will mirror back the bad feelings by being negative. And your job is to remain neutral. Your job is to coexist. Is to be not the better person, but to just be neutral. When someone attacks you with their words, or they just say something that puts you off, just show them what neutrality looks like by responding in a neutral way. If that means not responding, walk away. Because the choice that you make in that moment changes not only them, but it changes you. And if you keep your peace in those moments, you have won. And the other person will have learned their lesson through you. They will have learned, hopefully, that their behavior was not acceptable. Because we're here to learn from each other. And that's how we teach each other, by the way that we interact with each other. And you can't let others stomp your heart out. You can't let the world bring you down. Because it's trying to. That's what it wants to do, is bring you down. Because who's in charge right now? We are living in a world that's full of negativity. Our world has become dark. If you look at it as a whole. But if you step back and you just take a moment to look at your own life, what do you see? Do you see that same darkness? I bet you don't. I'm betting that your daily life is quite mundane. For the most part. Because we're all trapped in the cycle of wake up, work, eat, sleep, right? And that's not bleak. That's just the cycle of life. That's the cycle that is going on this planet right now. But we need to break that cycle. Because that cycle is a negative one. That cycle worked for a time. And people found meaning in the work that they did. But work has lost that meaning. It has become work. And nobody wants to work all their life. Not for everything, not for anything. Because we already put so much work into ourselves that we shouldn't have to change the outside world, and we don't. We're not here to change the outside world. We're here to influence it. And it will change by the influence. Because the planet resonates at a frequency, the planet resonates at a frequency that we all feel. Sorry, I have allergies this morning. What was I saying? Doesn't matter. The planet vibrates at a certain frequency. And the frequency that it gives off interacts with our frequency. And if our frequency is higher than the frequency the earth is showing to us, we can remain in that higher vibration, and the earth will meet us there. I just feel like a lot of people are hurting right now. A lot of people feel like the world is bleak. And it's because you need to stop watching the news. You need to stop listening to the radio. You need to stop, not the music, but the shit. You need to stop listening to the media. Because the media is bringing you down. It's what it was made for. It was there to lower your vibration. And it will if you let it. Everybody's letting it right now. People are watching the news and sharing it and spreading it with the, hey, did you see this? Oh yeah, I heard this. You're spreading it. You're spreading the shit. Social media too. You're spreading the shit. Stop spreading shit. You need to spread love. Because love is the answer. Love is the answer to all things. If you do everything in love, you will thrive. If you respond to others out of love, they will learn and you will rise. But if you allow the low vibration of another to bring yours down, you have fallen down your ladder. And the only thing you can do is climb back up. It's not a setback. You don't even necessarily have to put in all the work that you put in the first time, because you already know how to raise your vibration. You already know how to exist in that higher plane. I hate to see so many people sad, so many people hurting, because I know what that's like. I know what it feels like to be trapped inside of your emotions while they sit there and eat you. And because I know that, I don't want anyone else to know that feeling. Because it is the lowest of lows. I do this because I want to raise the vibration. I want others to see that they are powerful and that they hold all the keys to life. I want you to understand that you have full control over this life. It is everything you want it to be. If you make it, if you let it be. Too many of us are hurting right now. We need to heal each other. We need to help each other grow, not knock each other down. Because when you knock each other down, all you do is create more turmoil. And the turmoil that you create in your own life is mirrored back to you by the world. I get a lot of strong feelings when it comes to being a good person. Because I spent a long time learning what it was to be a bad person. My entire life was a lesson on what it looks like if you choose the darkness. Because I have family members who cast me out. I have family who showed me what it was to hurt. And these were people who were supposed to help me grow. And if the people who are supposed to help you grow are hurting you, you should know in your heart that that is not the way, that is wrong. And you should never, ever want someone else to experience that, as I don't. If someone responds to you in a shitty way, you can choose to respond back in a shitty way, or you can rise higher. I'll give you an example. I got into an altercation with an old woman who insisted that she was going to fall because my son was trying to get onto a conveyor at a tubing place, snow tubing. He had fallen and he couldn't get back on the conveyor, and I needed to help him, and I chose to help him. And we got back on the conveyor, and this woman continued to stand there nagging how I almost knocked her down and she couldn't believe what we did. And I turned around and everything in me wanted to just tell her to fuck off. But instead I said, "Lady, I'm not going to fight with you." And I turned around. And in that moment, I chose to vibrate higher. Because that woman wanted a fight. She wanted me to attack her so that she could say that I did. And I saw that. So I chose not to. And that is what you do. You need to choose not to. Choose not to respond. Choose to respond differently. Choose not to let it bother you, which is hard, because it bothered me for the rest of the day. But I didn't let it spoil my fun. And in those moments, when you have anger like that, you can still express it after. After the altercation with the woman, I told my husband how frustrated and angry I was. So I expressed it. I got it out of me. That's how you move your emotions. how you flow through this realm, through all realms. That's how you flow. Because really, you just need to learn to swim, to flow fluidly between each realm of existence. And I think I talked about realms in my last video, maybe a little bit deeper if you're confused. Basically, Earth is a single plane. There is one plane of existence where all things exist. Everything that you could imagine exists on this plane. There is no other reality. There is only one reality. It is here. And on this reality, there are realms of existence. So you live on one plane while you flow through different realms of the same plane. And you flow through that by existing in different emotional states. When you are low and feeling down and like the world is out to get you, you are sitting in hell. You are in the lowest realm. When you vibrate higher, you flow through the realms. Your emotions learn to swing and flow and glide. And when you rise higher, you reach heaven. Heaven on earth. Because it is just a state of mind. It is how you react to the world, what you put out into the world, what you mirror to it mirrors back to you. Excuse me, I have to burp. Sorry. Confirmation burps, right? Life doesn't have to be so hard. It really doesn't. We make it hard by ignoring ourselves. Because if you know yourself and you can consciously react to things, stuff stops attacking you because it never was. It just looks like it's attacking you. Because you're vibrating at the frequency where it thrives. When that happens, you need to rise higher. Raise your frequency by changing your mind. Change the things that are holding you back. Whether they are beliefs, whether they are emotions you haven't expressed, you need to change. You need to change. Not the world. You need to change. Because you're the only one who can. We are all chosen to change the world. All of us. We were all chosen to raise the vibration. And that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to just raise the vibration. And in doing so, we lift others. Because if the vibration of the planet is rising higher, it is going to force those low vibrations to either rise or collapse. And if they collapse, they remain in that low point. And they fall out of sync with the rest of the world. feel the need to point out my shirt. It's a raccoon. It says "Stay Trashy." I don't know who needed to see that, but somebody needed to see that. All you can do is live your life honestly. Live your life 100% for you, in truth. Because when you start living that way, the world starts changing. You stop noticing all the crap. And the crap is still there. You just don't pay any mind to it. Because it really doesn't matter. Does it affect your daily life that there is someone in the world struggling? No, it doesn't. So how come when you hear about somebody on TV having a hard time in this life, you give it all your attention? You allow it to stay with you. You pass it on to others. You share it. You express it. You bring it into the world and create it. And that's how you spread negativity. That's how you spread all the shit. Remember to look for things that feel good. Because if they feel good, they are. You need to feel them in here. Not just hear them and see them. You need to feel it. Because feeling the vibration around you is how you navigate. That is how you navigate the world. By flowing in between the vibrations that are happening. Maybe I don't make a lot of sense. Maybe I make a lot of sense. I'm not sure. But there's somebody out there who needed to hear this. There's somebody out there who listened to this and gained and rose higher. And that's my goal. I just want you all to rise higher. Vibrate higher. Help each other. We all want to thrive. We all want to win the game of life. We do. We all want to win. And you win by living a good life. That's all. You just win by living a good life. In the light. Be a good person. Don't let another bring you down. And learn to flow through your emotions. And you will do much better. Thanks for listening.